To win this race, they have to test. And to test, they need the largest possible population of non-immunized people, something no longer available in America. The first to prove the reliability and safety of his vaccine will be the winner. Sabin makes a secret deal with his native country, the USSR, where he will vaccinate more than 6 million people in Latvia, Estonia, and Kazakhstan. Kaprowski chooses an African country, the Belgian Congo, a long-standing possession of King Leopold and the jewel of his colonial empire. Because of the Congo's uranium mines, commercial accords had existed between America and Belgium since the Second World War. This was also a country with one of Africa's best organized and most modern healthcare infrastructures.
L'Institut Princesse Astrid est un des laboratoires médicaux les plus importants et les plus complets de l'Afrique centrale. Il dispose d'un personnel nombreux et d'un matériel ultramoderne, tant pour l'exécution des analyses courantes que pour la recherche scientifique et la préparation de vaccins et sérums utilisés dans la lutte contre diverses maladies infectieuses. La sollicitude des services officiels s'étend spécialement aux enfants, l'avenir même du pays. Dès l'école, tous les enfants sont soumis à des examens médicaux et à cette occasion reçoivent un carnet de santé, véritable fiche d'identité sanitaire.
The efficient organization of medical records made the local population extremely suitable for experimentation.
Return to political quiet. After the recent disturbances, Leopoldville engages in an all-out fight against infantile paralysis, crowding every clinic with mothers and their children, the latter to receive orally administered shots of a new vaccine against the scourge of childhood. It is a live virus preparation developed in the United States by Philadelphia's Dr. Hilary Kaprowski, and it differs from our famed Salk vaccine in that it does away with injections. And it must taste good if the children's receptivity to it is a criterion.
Hilary Kaprowski went to the Congo and took people who had been abused, mistreated, and had been the victims of, if you want to put it that way, of colonial expansion for nearly 100 years, and used them. The ethics of that, I don't think, occurred to anyone at the time. The opportunity was there, it was legal, it was allowed by the Belgian government. They went in and did their job, and that was it. No big deal.
The loudest voice that of leaders from the Catholic Church who have urged followers to boycott vaccines.
In the current tetanus vaccine, the Catholic Church advises all Kenyans not to participate in the vaccination program.
The anti-tetanus drive is part of a 5-dose campaign that targets women of childbearing age. The first round of vaccinations took place in September last year and the second in March this year. The third round has aroused the suspicion of Catholic doctors who claim that the tetanus injections could cause sterility in women.
Is there a tetanus crisis in Kenya? If this is so, why has it not been declared? Why does the campaign target women of 14 and 49 years? Why has the campaign left out girls below 14 and yet girls between 13 and 9 years become pregnant if what they are worried about is neonatal tetanus? Why have they left out boys and men knowing they are all prone to tetanus even more than women?
When anybody then Says in a country dying of malaria, dying of HIV, dying of cancer, dying of diabetes, and you prioritize a disease that some of us have not seen.
The Catholic Doctors Association of Kenya claims to have undertaken independent tests to back the allegations.
When injected to a non-pregnant woman, combined with the tetanus toxoid, she develops antibodies against both tetanus and HCG. When she conceives, the body fails to recognize HCG as a friend and will produce anti-HCG antibodies, destroying her own natural HCG, rendering her incapable of sustaining a pregnancy.
This is not the first time the government has been accused of using vaccinations as a permanent population control tool. In some parts of the country, health workers administering repeat polio vaccines have faced opposition. The government maintains that the tetanus vaccines are geared towards reducing the chances of mothers transmitting tetanus to their newborns. The standoff is now likely to jeopardize plans to proceed with the 4th and 5th rounds of tetanus vaccinations across the country. Wilkison Abwa, KTN.
Back in the polio years, Hilary Kaprowski was a young Polish researcher. Brilliant and ambitious, he was determined to make a name for himself in his newly adopted country, the USA. In 1950, he secretly tested his first prototype of a live oral polio vaccine on 20 handicapped children at Letchworth Village in New York State. When the scientific community learned that Hilary Kaprowski was experimenting on human beings, it was a scandal, even though the test was deemed to have done no harm. The community's condemnation of Kaprowski's secret research led to the loss of official support for his work, with preference shifting to Jonas Salk's injected polio vaccine. But Kaprowski refused to quit. With the support of a large pharmaceutical company, Lederle, he proceeded to test different versions of his oral polio vaccine on small groups of human subjects. 52 at Sonoma, 53 at Letchworth Village, 54 at Woodbine, and 55 at Clinton Farms. A tragic event lent him unexpected support. On April the 23rd, 1955, 260 children injected with Salk's vaccine became sick. 11 died. The investigation showed that some of the Salk vaccine lots were defective. Confidence in Salk's injected vaccine was shaken, clearing the way for Kaprowski to assert himself. But he was now no longer alone.